Welcome to 86 Court Street. This beautiful 1924 four-square home is for sale, waiting for you to live your wonderful Maine lifestyle. I'm going to take you on a tour through both floors and an attic and a basement space. This is the front entry. Wonderful, formal, and grand. Beautiful original details. We have updated windows throughout the space, updated modern heat sources as well as older heat sources. Amazing use of space, wonderful classic details, all for you in your new home here in Northern Maine. One of the cool features in the living room, the current owner found original architectural drawings of the moldings in the house and the plans for when they were made. So cool little features like that are throughout the house, and you'll get to have those so that you can pass it on and add to the history of the house your own way. So this is the formal living room. All the moldings are intact and beautiful. In all the formal spaces downstairs, you have the ability to close them off with these wonderful French doors in all the rooms. You can have them open like the owner does now, or if you're having formal gatherings and you want a more intimate space, it's easier to separate those spaces. So this is the living room to the right of the front door. Going back into the entryway, you have the wonderful solid French or open front door with leaded glass side lights. So beautiful. And then we pass into the dining room. The dining room has a mini split system as well as radiator for heat. So you have additional heat and air conditioning, which is a big luxury up here in Northern Maine. So very comfortable space to be in all seasons. Again, we have French doors for opening or closing the space as needed. You have a built-in cabinetry, matching woodwork throughout. Ample space for all of your designer details and all your dinner parties and get-togethers or just family dinners. You have, through this space is a butler's pantry. Again, you can close the space off from the kitchen in the back if you're having a formal gathering. Butler's pantry has built-in cabinetry as well, so you can hide away all those awkward kitchen items that you don't really want cluttering up your beautiful workspace. And it is a beautiful space. It's been updated and modernized at some point recently. So we have a wonderful breakfast bar that is an island workspace with a copper sink and your cooktop over here. Lots of beautiful cabinetry, some open, some closed. You have your refrigerator and all those things on this side. This space was, like I said, modernized, and they did an addition back here. So at this opening from here back is an addition. So this is a breakfast nook or family eating area. And we have a mini split in here as well as another Harmon pellet stove. There's a Harmon pellet stove in the living room as well. And this space is a wonderful, cozy little breakfast room or informal dining space. There is a guest powder room off of the kitchen here, which is wonderful. So you have a space for your guests to go and use the facilities, very conveniently located. And then down here is an interesting, wonderful, good addition to the house. We have a little mudroom. If you have ever spent any time in Maine, you know you need a good mudroom and a place to come in and get all your cold weather gear off and get things organized. This is a beautiful little mudroom right next to a detached garage, which we'll see a little bit later. And this mudroom actually features a cool, I would use it as a playroom if I was a child, but it's a beautifully large storage space. It has some access to some utility features there, some old meters and things at the back of the house, and also just a wonderful space to stash all that winter gear and big bulky items that you want to be close at hand but organized and put away. Wonderful and convenient design. So back up here into the first floor space through the kitchen. Remember, we have that formal dining room at the front of the house, and to the left here, coming from the kitchen side, is the back of that foyer space. So this door here leads to the basement, which we'll see a little bit later. Nice glass doorway partition to the front hallway and entryway back where we were. And then this room could be a bedroom, I guess, on the back of the house. I believe it was probably intended as an office space, which is what the current owner is using it for, a study and office space. You have a wood burning stove here. This does require a new liner, but what amazing ambiance you would have back here. You also have a radiator and additional heat source over here for electric. There is a separate entry in this room leading through a little sunroom which faces south. So if you were a professional and wanted to have guests in and they have access to your office space, your professional space, and you didn't want them in your personal home, they would have a separate entrance to come and do business, and then you could close it off and go on about your business to the rest of the house. So wonderful space, very handy in this day and age where so many of us work remote. So wonderful features on the main floor. Our next segment will take us upstairs. Upstairs, we're going to be seeing bedroom spaces and more private family spaces. And one of the things I want to point out is the newel post in this home. Very interesting little fact, little tidbit, is that the current owners are actually the first owners to not be family members to the builders in 1924. So basically, until they bought the home themselves, every person that owned this home was a family member of the original builders. So this newel post, as you may know, in older homes, they would put plans and different kind of time capsule sort of things in these newel posts. And the family that lived here did something special. So this is the top of the newel post. Take that off. And underneath, if I can get a hold of it, very cool bit of history. All the family through the generations has signed and put little messages and the dates that they have lived in this house and who they were and all of that history. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Another little juicy tidbit. And the current owners have started a new tradition. At the top of the stairway is another newel post, and they have signed there. So when you purchase this home, you can join that tradition and add your own name at the top newel post for all the generations to come, because this is a sturdy house meant to be here for another 100 years. It's been here 100 already, and you can start off the next 100. So we'll start the next bit of the video upstairs in just a moment. All right, we are now upstairs. I just came up this beautiful stairwell with amazing woodwork. Again, throughout, it is all through the house. All the details preserved beautifully. That's what you get when you have 100 years of owner builders. It's amazingly preserved and well kept. So at the top of the stairwell, we have the bathroom. 4 square homes, you may know, have a bedroom on every corner. So this bedroom configuration is 4 bedrooms upstairs and a bathroom here. We have a pedestal sink, room for storage to the left, a nice separate heating system here, electric heat, for when you're having a cold winter day in your private bathroom space. A little spa room here, beautifully enclosed, vented and tiled. Such a nice, bright, warm, and cheery space. So this is the upstairs bathroom. To the right of that bathroom, we have what I think is being used as the master here. So this is a king size bed. 4 square homes have massive bedrooms. You're never going to want for space in these bedrooms. And they all have window light from 2 walls. So wonderful feature, wonderful space, wonderful layout of rooms up here. And they have big closets in this house. For being 1924, walk-in closets in every single bedroom. So this bedroom closet is about 4 feet deep and I think about 6, maybe 8 feet wide this way. So you can literally walk in. You could put additional hanging racks up there if you chose, or you could do it just like this owner is. So plenty of room for all your gear, all your seasonal items, plenty of storage space in this house. Across the hall, the owner has set this room up as a guest room. So they again have a mini split in this room. Something about having air conditioning in upstairs in an older home in New England. It's not something that happens that often. So wonderfully modernized and keeping all of that beautiful original charm. That's what you're getting in this house. We have wainscoting around the edges, painted to complement the beautiful wood trim. 2 windows, again, same size room as across the hall. And this closet has actually been turned into a laundry room space. Very convenient upstairs where you're getting dressed and putting things away. So this is the laundry room space. You can see the scale of the closet now in each room. Laundry is actually running right now. And the cool thing about having your laundry space up here is obviously it's convenient, but you also have these solid wood original doors. So when you close that off, there's no noise to the rest of the room. So you can be sitting in here, resting your weary bones and not hear laundry noise. It's amazing. It's the little details in life that make you happy. Across this way, we come down the little hallway to the front of the home. Again, a 4-square home. You have 4 bedrooms upstairs. So every corner of the home is basically its massive bedroom. So here is a landing space. You have a little library nook. That's what they've set it up as. Little place to gather yourself for your day or to decompress in the evening with a nice book. To this side is a bedroom with a queen bed. So you can see the large scale of the room with the different size beds in them. The front rooms have a double window facing the street side, and you have a beautiful tree screen. These are maple trees. There's a birch tree out there too. We'll get to the yard space a little bit later, but beautiful views from every window. It's a corner lot, huge lot, almost half an acre in town here. So you're going to have a lot of space right downtown. Updated windows, like I mentioned earlier, and you also have updated blinds. So they're not the blinds that leave little light fragments coming through. They have this nice muted ambient light coming through when you close them, so it's nice and peaceful view of everything. On this room, again, wainscoting painted to complement the beautiful woodwork, and we have wall sconce here next to where you would have your bed area, and again with a massive closet. So we have another big closet in this room, solid wood doors, again all original hardware and trim everywhere. So this room's, I think this closet's a little deeper than the one in the back, but big closets in every room, which is wonderful. Across the hall from this space is another bedroom. This bedroom is set up as a children's room for the current owner. It has a mini split, additional heat and cool. Again, these mini splits are on the north side of the house, and they do work to cool the space across the house as well. So the entire space is nicely cooled. Another double window here, looking out at the front lawn, and a massive closet. So whether you have grown-up items or kid items, you can have it organized to your liking. Lots of space to keep everything where it should be and put in its place. So you won't lack for storage in this house at all. So we've seen all the living spaces on the first and second floor. Next up is the attic space. The attic space is just through this door. The attic stairwell is stacked on top of the main stairwell, and then under that stairwell is another one to the basement. So we're going to go up to the attic next and then continue the tour from there. So here is the attic space. This is a unique space in many ways because it's actually usable. This is not a heated or cooled space, so it is kind of open to elements as you would want your attic to be here in Northern Maine. This is what I believe most people refer to as a cold attic or a cold roof. So you have a solid floor, and under that floor is insulation. So you are insulated in your living spaces, but your actual roof is not insulated. So you're not going to have heat coming up to your rafters here and heating up snow and creating melt and icicles and problems for your home in the winter. So this roof space where the snow is in contact in the winter is actually supposed to be conveniently cooler so that the snow will sit there longer and slowly melt and not give you massive, dangerous icicle problems. So another wonderful feature of an older home that we don't always think about, this home has it. It also has this as a usable storage space. Very pleasant up here, nice, clean, and easy to organize. Solid wood floor. You're not walking around wondering if you're going to bust through some old board that's just laying there on the insulation. You can walk up here, you can use the space, you can access everything, you can store your items here. All the extra items for a home are typically in these older homes stored in the attic. You'll have extra curtain rods and different things. And this space up here above the front windows is a treasure trove. That's actually one of the places this current owner found those original architectural drawings just rolled up and stuffed in here to be stored for later. So you can see here some molding. So if you ever needed to copy anything, recreate something, if some piece of molding got damaged in some way, you might have just what you need up here in this space stored away like a time capsule. And you also have space to store all your seasonal items, and it's open and clean and clear and usable. So nice feature in an older home to have a space that's lit, that you can walk into and store things so easily and so organized. I just can't get over how you could be so organized here. I want to move here. Okay, next stop is the basement. So we're here off the kitchen. We have that front entryway. This is that stacked stairwell system that goes throughout the house. And this door, if you remember, opens off to the basement. Cool feature about this door, it has a spring, so it will close on its own. And we'll just open it there in case we're carrying things up and down. We got all these neat features. Older home, but lots of modern conveniences and safety things. Here's your turn off system, your emergency switch for your heat sources. You have a light switch here, places for your brooms and mops and stuff right off the kitchen space. Extra storage as needed. You have a nice solid stairwell to go down to the basement, dry basement, full basement, about 10-foot ceilings down here, which is amazing. And it also has access from the outside. So not every basement in Maine has outside access. This one does. So you can come in from inside the house like we just did, or from outside the house. So you can bring bulky things in and out if you need to service any of your equipment, anything like that. You've got service access right here, which is hugely convenient. Nice solid stairway there. So let's get started in the basement. The original builders of this home were actually plumbers, and this heat system here does not work, but it's awesome. So it's here like a monument to yesteryear, which I think is so charming. It's amazing that they didn't just chuck this in a landfill somewhere. You can look at it and see how things have changed. So this is in the basement. Your stairway comes down the center and sort of divides the space. On this side, they've got it kind of open just for storage and things like that. You see this white PVC pipe. That is a radon mitigation system. We are in Maine, and this home is equipped with modern radon mitigation systems, so you don't have to worry about that here. It's already been done for you. On this side of the stairwell, you have a workspace. You can keep your valuables. You can tinker in the winter. You can, whatever your heart's desire, you can have a space here. You got some cabinetry over here built in, a workbench built in. On this side is another room that's separated. Could be a pantry room, a little cellar for your canned goods, those kinds of things. Just storage, lots of storage in this home. You do have window access up high in all these spaces for emergency egress there. All the space you could need. I mean, you can be well organized in this space. On this side, you can see we still have more built-in cabinetry here for you to use for all the garage type things. We do have a garage, so you don't have to use it for that, but that's here. Another room set aside is over here. In this space, you have utility sinks, and I wanted to point out something I forgot to mention. There's so many neat features in this house. We are under the back of the home that was added on, so the breakfast nook area. So when I showed you that cool storage at the mudroom, at the back of it, there was some meters back there. That's the back side of those meters. This is the back side of that storage space. And these lines actually run in-floor heated flooring system for the kitchen. So when the kitchen was remodeled, they put heated floors. How wonderful is that? So you've got that system as well. One of the greatest features of this home, besides the amazing storage, the really cool location, and all of those things, is the fact that it has lots of backup heat systems. This is Maine. This is Northern Maine. It gets cold. You do not want to be caught without heat in the winter, and this home provides. This is a brand new boiler system. So all those radiators you saw upstairs are running on a brand new updated Beckett heating system. So this is that system. You also saw mini splits throughout the space. This runs hot water through those pipes, and then the mini splits have their system, which runs on electric. There's a new hot water heater there. And then we also have pellet stoves. The current owner uses the old coal storage. So this used to be a coal storage area, and they have the old coal drop here. They use this space to store their pellets in the winter for their pellet stoves, because it's a nice warm heat. It's like a wood stove, but it's just easier to keep track of for a lot of people. So you have plenty of room to store your pellets inside. You don't have to go outside to get them in the winter when it's cold. So over here you have your heating oil. So you also have an oil heat system as well. So you have the oil is in here, and it pipes out to the exterior of the home, so the filling can be done out there, and then you've got it heated and taken care of inside your space. No risk of freezing or damage in that way. So wonderful basement space, just like the attic space. I think sometimes these get overlooked as usable spaces, wonderful places to be, and like I said, won't lack for storage, access to everything. All your plumbing is here. If anything were ever to need repair, you've got access. You're not crawling under a tiny crawl space. Everything is right where you need it to be and easy to service. So the next space I'm going to show you is the outside. Outside is a huge lot, like I mentioned earlier, and you're right in town, convenient to everything, but plenty of space. So we'll walk out there and I'll show you that space next. Here is the front yard tour, and actually the entire yard tour coming up soon. This is that front porch. Beautiful for summer sitting. Amazing. Nice shade. Beautiful Maine evenings. And this is the front. So we're on a corner lot. It is over half an acre. So huge lot. Lots of mature landscaping, as well as ample opportunity to put your own stamp on it. This is a corner lot, so you could have the ability to put out beautiful landscaping from two different directions. This sunroom over here is the section I was showing you from interior office space, where if you wanted to be working from home and have guest access that wasn't in your private spaces, this is where that is. So they can park right on the street if you wanted, or in your driveway space and come directly into that office space. So this is the exterior of the street side. We are located on Court Street in Houlton, only a half a mile walk from the historic square in downtown Houlton, where all the fun things happen in summer and in winter. Have all sorts of neat town activities that you can be a part of. As you come around the side, there is a beautiful little picket fence area for your furry friends, so they can be closed and contained and safe outside while they play. You have two outbuildings on this property. Property line actually goes very near to this neighbor house over here. So the play set is included in this. You have two different driveways. The first driveway here leads to a detached garage close to the house for winter convenience. And also you can see that breakfast nook area that is off the back of the home. The open door there is to the basement where we just were a few moments ago. So again, mature planting, beautiful roses, landscaping is impeccable and well maintained and ready for your new addition. So this is that basement access for utility servicing and all of that. This is the access to the mudroom where we were, interior of the home, and this is your first garage. This is a 2-car garage space with an automatic door opener. You have windows on 3 sides and plenty of space for your lawn equipment, your bikes, all the things that you need for your yard and your hobbies. You can park in here or you just use it for storage, whatever you choose. There is room for parking and there is electricity and a nice, clean, organized space out here. Here is the first driveway where I was just showing you that 2-car detached garage. This is one driveway. This house also has a second driveway. This driveway goes through the property and exits onto Court Street. So you don't even have to turn around if you don't want to. You can just drive on through and make it easy for you or your guests. The yard goes all the way back to the shrubs back here. You also have another outbuilding, another garage workspace, and a place for your children to play or whatever your heart's desire out here. You could have a beautiful sunny garden. The sky is the limit for landscaping and yard access. This is over half an acre, right close to town. Everything you need. You could walk to things and be right where you need to be within minutes, but you still have a huge outdoor space to enjoy in those beautiful Maine summers. You have a basketball court and you have space for a soccer net. This building over here is being currently used as a workshop space. It has a loft space upstairs and the current owner is a woodworker, so it's very well organized for that purpose. You can park in here. It is a single car garage as well, so you could park up to 3 vehicles inside at this property. Lots of space for work out here. Garage doors and windows as needed. And you also have access up to an attic space as well. Plenty of room in this home, like I've said already, for storage, for hobbies, for working at home, for all of the things that you could think of, for storing your winter gear, your sleds, your snow machines, all the things. You have space for that here. So here we are at the other corner of the property, so you can have this view from the north side. There's space here for more storage. As you can see, our current owner has his boat stored here. This is that barn workspace that we were just inside, and you can see the driveway space from this direction. We have that pass-through driveway that comes from that side of the property on through and up to the other streets. Because you are on a corner, you've got access to everything here. We have a nice fire pit area to enjoy those summer evenings. Current owner has a greenhouse set up here next to a beautiful sunny garden space, nice and flat with easy access. This is that detached garage where I showed a few minutes ago. Beside that, we have an outdoor dining space with flagstone and mature landscaping next to it. On this side of the house, you might notice those mini split systems we talked about, which provides additional heat source as well as air conditioning, which is growing in popularity, but not all homes up here have it. So that's quite a nice feature to have here in the humid summers. If you're not used to that, air conditioning is your friend, and this home has it. Very comfortable inside all seasons. This is that breakfast nook area. This is the outdoor dining space between the home, mudroom, and the first garage, detached garage. So this is the way it looks this way. Here is the greenhouse space they have set up. They also have some raised garden beds along the driveway here, and they have some beautiful in-ground garden area, which I can show you. This is the front view from Court Street on the other end of that pass-through driveway. So you have the house to your right, big open yard space, lots of shade, beautiful mature trees. And then to the left, you have that greenhouse at the back and the in-ground garden space. You have so much room here to put your own stamp on in the garden. So much room to play. Your kids can ride their bikes in their own driveway and have safe space to play and enjoy home here in Northern Maine. I hope you enjoyed this video tour. If you are at all interested in coming and seeing this beautiful place in person, please reach out to the realtor in the comments below. You'll see that information for you to contact, and we look forward to seeing you here at your new home in Northern Maine.